everybody. It is Mary.
And Alma.
And we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below. Today we are reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta for a special request for Tanika Bryan. I hope I said that right. But we're doing it for her because she has been here since
from
day one. Since we had 2 subscribers. She was the first one that really was like commenting on stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Who commented first? She was the first person to comment.
And she was commenting on every single one ever since. She was always like, best review, good job, ladies.
And it's only for you, Tanika, that I am even here because I do not rock with Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't like the way the women shade each other. And put each other down. And I don't like to see older women fighting and fussing and drama. And I also don't like to see women being hurt or manipulated by men. And I just feel like it just, anywho. But I am here.
Yeah. Anywho.
I am here, not wanting to be, but I'm here. And I don't know how many I will watch, but I watch.
I will continue to watch and I'll review by myself if I have to. But I actually have been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta for quite a long time. I am very disappointed that Nene is not here, but it seems like she is suing them for defamation and racism in the workplace. So I guess because at first it seemed like she wanted to come back, but I guess after Andy was like, hell no, she said, you know what, I'm gonna get my money from y'all one way or another, and lawsuit it will be.
Good luck, Nene, because I don't know how it's gonna work, but
yeah. But I thought she would be great for a show because she's dating somebody new now, and her husband not even cold in the grave. But we ain't gonna go there.
I'm not going to. Yeah, because sometimes
I thought it was too quick.
Well, I have had a lot of friends who have passed away, and one thing I can say, especially if someone has been sick for a long time, they will tell you. This is sometimes you even have. If it's a wife who lost her husband, I have had friends. One of my best friends passed away, and these are these are things that he and his wife talked about, and he told her go on with your life. Don't be long mourning me. I had another friend of mine who told his wife, travel. See the world, all the places that we wanted to see. Don't be sad. Don't stay sad.
Right.
You have been rocking with me for, months. For both of them, within a year of finding out they had cancer, they passed away. And it was like, go on with your life. Go on with your life.
Yeah, so we don't know what Nene might have been told by her husband and everything.
He would have told her, go on with your life, Nene. If you find someone who will love you, who will take away the sadness, go ahead. You have my full 100% permission. Yeah. So I don't judge people because taking care of someone who is passing away and seeing them die, like they're dying each day that you're with them, is a very difficult thing to go through. Yeah. It is not.
But anyway, we digress. But we're going to get right into the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So they basically, Kenya was she was doing her little thing. She was dancing on with the stars with Brandon. Yeah. I always he is young, but I thought that, they had chemistry or whatever, I thought he was a gentleman.
He likes her and she likes him. You see this little flirty.
Yeah. But I don't know if he has a girlfriend or not, because I thought I saw, I don't know.
Someone, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure or whatever. Yeah. But I'm sure throughout the season we'll probably see if it was something or if it wasn't. But so the girls came.
It was good to see that Kenya has lost all that weight that she put on.
Yeah, because that man was stressing her out.
That husband was stressing her out.
I think Kenya really,
he
just
had
wants to
put
be
her
loved.
down like he was not a very nice person to her.
He was just very mean, very crude.
Oh yeah, trying to put her. Can you imagine Kenya being put in some little box?
I know, and being shut up. I was shocked.
Whew, child. Yeah, he was something else.
Yeah, but so I am happy that she's dancing. She seems happier now and everything. Yes. But all the women came to come see her. It was Candy. Marlo came dressed up as her. When she was on Dance with the Stars, she had some black outfit on and a fake
Okay.
wig. So Marlo came kind of mimicking her, which I thought Marlo was doing the absolute most. Marlo is not my favorite. I just feel like she's very evil and vindictive. Like, she has been said some horrible things. Like, I remember one time she said to Kenya that's why your mama doesn't love you, and that's why she got rid of your ASS.
Oh wow!
Because
so she really low blows.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you know because Kenya's
I know
mom.
the story of Kenya
Yeah, so
and her
she
mom.
would say really evil, effed up stuff like that. So I have never been a fan of Marlo. I mean, you got your peach because Nene isn't there. I mean, you've been on the show this long. I mean, also I'm not really interested in her storyline. I know she's like, oh, I have these clothes and this, that, and the third. But it just seems all very fake to me. Because my thing is, people who own designer, they don't announce that they own designer. You just see them and they show up. Yeah. They don't have to say, I'm wearing Dior, darling. I'm wearing Gucci. I'm wearing Vuitton. I'm wearing Louis Vuitton. Yes, this is my money.
She thinks she's in Paris.
Girl, bye.
Yeah. Anyway, Cherie also was there. Came later.
Cherie is back, and Tyrone is out of prison, y'all. He is out of prison. She should have been on. She should have been on Love at the Lockup. I would love to see her on Love at the Lockup. But it took that man so long. Like, she has not been on the show for 8 years or something. I don't know. I haven't really
because
kept
the
up.
last time I watched the show, the people who were there were that Don't Be Tardy to the Wedding was there.
I love.
right?
Oh my gosh, she was amazing.
Then,
she was hilarious.
Who else was there? Cherie was there.
Nene.
She was with the ad. I thought he was like a footballer.
Yeah, I think he was abusive or something.
Yeah.
But they broke up, of course.
They broke up.
And they seemed like they were trying to get back together, but of course he just kept on being an a-hole.
Because I know Ayanla went there. I think it was both of them were doing too much.
He had really messed up the thing. I really remember him being horrible to her. That's what I remember. But it's been a while. But then she started dating somebody who she actually was dating before he was in prison.
I don't know how she got to Tyrone.
I'm about to tell you. What happened was
he wasn't in prison.
He wasn't in prison when she started dating him.
Okay.
What happened was they had dated. They went on for maybe 3 or 4 dates or whatever, stuff like that. And then out of the blue, she didn't hear from him at all until he had been in jail for 5 years or something. Then he calls her out of the blue and says, "Hey, look." Maybe when he remembered her needed money on his books, he remembered Sheree. And thought she could be a sucker.
Wow.
And called her, and they started dating and talking or whatever again. Wow. And she was like, "I'm going to make a man cave for you downstairs."
For what?
I think it was maybe drugs or something. I can't remember.
If you guys know, please let us know.
I can't remember. I haven't watched the last 3 or 4 seasons of the show.
Yeah.
I haven't really been caught up with it. But yeah, so that's basically what happened with Sheree.
She's in Atlanta, Tyrone, but he has been
paroled to Philly.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think, once you get out of jail, you have to stay within the state. You can't leave right now.
Yeah.
But he is back home and everything.
Yeah.
Marlo
is having
some Le Carve archive.
Well, she's having some fashion show.
Well, fashion museum event.
Right, where it's called Le Archive.
And she speaks French.
And she's going to have designer. The way she put it at the thing with the girls was that she was going to have designer outfits showcasing in this place, and people can come and rent these outfits.
But there are pieces that she has worn.
These are her clothes that she is actually renting out to people
a day.
So, for example, she may have bought something for $4,000, renting it out to someone a day $2,500, stuff like that. And that's per day, right? And then they just rent it out and they bring it back. My
thing is with the thing, as a fashion designer and somebody who has majored in fashion for 4 years plus, it really just seemed like a lot of her clothes were very old. Like, they were out of date. Like, you wore that whole kimono thing 8 years ago. I'm sure that's not in fashion. Like, I know people are doing archives and stuff like that or whatever, but it's not it's archives that aren't recent, but it's more so archives that are back in the old days. Like, you might go to Dior for 1989, 1990 things and bring them back because it has kind of it has kind of had more value or whatever the
or
case
it has
may
come
be.
back. Maybe those fashions
It has
have
come back. You know
because
what
they
I'm
always
saying?
have a role.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes maybe stuff that was in the 1960s.
Yeah. Like
we
some
saw
people,
them in the early 2000s.
right. Like
you
somebody
know.
is not going to pay $20,000 for a J'adore t-shirt that has a print on it that is also peeling off. Like nobody's paying money for that, boo. And my thing is, it just seemed like there were very few pieces. Like maybe there was like 10 pieces that I've seen you wear on the show. Like it didn't seem like some really avant-garde, some really chic stuff that was like really, you know,
right,
worth
like
it.
because
you know
she said she was following what she saw in Paris, in the museums in Paris. So that would be something like what you're talking about. But then the other thing too, someone made a good point. They said, well, the mannequins don't have.
My thing is, I thought it was very stale. My thing is,
your hair, or maybe you thought she'll bring models, but she said she spends about $40,000.
Yeah, you should have spent that $40,000 wisely because you could have actually spent less money and made the event better.
Yeah,
you know, you could have.
The venue is beautiful.
The venue is beautiful, but the thing is, it's just fluff though, because you just had like 10 mannequins there. You should have had. If you wanted to get, you could have gotten models, and they didn't have to necessarily be walking around, but they could be standing and shifting and doing different poses.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do like a gallery thing or whatever the case may be, like a museum. And then on top of that, you should have actually went and searched out different outfits or whatever, like got to some more archives, not just your clothes, because your thing is you're wearing a kimono, but I saw you wearing it in the thing and you're like dragging it across the streets of Tokyo. So I can only imagine that the hem and the seaming of the bottom would be ripped.
If you've done your alterations and all that. So you would have, because if she took it to like a dry clean, sometimes they'll do those. They'll do those. What do they call them? Not alterations. But they'll fix it, like do the hemming, like if something has been torn. And
I don't know if that was really J-Lo's dress. It didn't look like it, because I know J-Lo's dress was a very low cut thing. I don't know if you're talking about the first one.
Someone was saying, oh, that's her outfit, that's J-Lo's outfit, but I don't know if that is her. That's her actual outfit. You know.
And then also she said that she had the Beyonce bag.
That was a bag that Beyonce bought, like, and you got the same kind of bag.
I'm sorry, but 2000
was it her actual bag?
I mean, 2000.
And that bag was going for $4,000. Someone could rent it out for $2,500.
Yeah, they're like, that's too. Like, what are you thinking? Like, so I just thought that one, you were overpricing for some pieces that really did not seem very good. And then on top of that, I just feel like you could have done it better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have gotten all black mannequins. The white mannequins just seem like I can go to Charlotte Russe and find those. Like, it just didn't really seem creative. Like, you spent all this money on the venue, but you could have done a much better event. You know what I'm saying? Without spending that much.
And then the other thing that they complained about was the naming of the stuff.
Well, she speaks French, so I'm gonna let her go there. I don't speak no language but French. English.
I speak a little bit. I speak a little bit of French. Anyhow, they were talking about the Le Archive. So Le means the in French, and archive. So you'll be LE, but you don't put an apostrophe. If you're gonna put that apostrophe, you should put L apostrophe and then archive, then the ARCHIVE. But not low apostrophe archive. That's not how you write it. So Kenya and somebody else was right about that.
Sonia. Yeah.
And you see, that's the thing. It annoys me when you have people who work for you and then
they don't know
this
nothing.
Mistake is made. It's kind of like when someone
had my thing is, you could have easily gone to Google. That's why you have Google.
Right, but like, you may not know how to write it because it's like a French word or something.
How to spell "la" in French?
No, but like she is aware of "la," but you shouldn't put that apostrophe. If you're gonna put that apostrophe, remove the E. You know, and it just annoys me because you have people around you. You're spending all this money. And
it's right here on Google. You can literally do it yourself. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see that. But anyway, it was here. They said the LE, and then they have the LA, and there's no apostrophe.
Yeah.
Like basic stuff like that.
You know, so it's just annoying. It's kind of like when Kim went and said she's gonna call something kimono, not knowing that hey, this is a whole Japanese traditional outfit. That? And no one could tell her that, and she had already gone and said, "Oh, I'm going to trademark this. It's going to be kimono." Like, but those things shall not happen when you have people around you. If I have that and that occurs, everyone around me is going to get fired. Yeah, because there's no point in me having you around me if you guys are going to let me make mistakes like that. Now the stuff is there, la apostrophe archive. And you're there talking about Paris, a museum, and you don't even know
how to spell. And you
don't even know how to do it properly. The other thing, you could have asked one of your French
people that you know. You could have Googled it.
So you could have just asked and said, hey, this is what I'm calling it. Is this the right way to write this stuff?
Yeah. But also my thing is,
so you know, when Kim is French. I don't even know if archive is a French word. You guys let me know if you know. I know archive is an English word, but I don't know if that's how it's spelled in French. So, anyhow, the L-E apostrophe shall not be there. It should be L apostrophe archive or just L-E and then the word archive.
Yeah, but remember when Kim had the whole kimono thing or whatever, and then she had the nerve to go and say that what women should do is to get their effing butts up and work, and that I have people who are smarter than me in the room. Yeah. If you actually had that, you would not have made that mistake. Yeah. Okay?
Oh, so she did say that about people.
Yeah, she said, you know, you need to be surrounded with people who work and people who are smarter than you. Like, if you're the smartest person in that room, then you need a new group of people. You obviously don't have that. So please just humble yourself. Like, for real, for real.
Yikes,
but yeah, so that's just one thing you need to have in business. Just don't have yes people around you just because you have money. You have to have somebody who's not afraid to tell you the truth.
Yeah. And so Sheree comes in.
But Sheree was shady. Everybody was shady.
And Sonia, I think her name was Sonia, and they come in and they immediately started talking about the outfit. We did not talk about
the beginning of the show at all. We just skipped to the gallery.
We talked about when they met Kenya in the dancing place, and then what else happened?
Well, there's something going on with Drew's husband. We didn't really get that part, so y'all let us know.
That was that was at the place though. Yeah, they started talking about that at the gala, but
Sonia, there's this girl who's like a 4-time Olympian or whatever who's on the medalist. Show. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how people get into these high positions where you're like a 4-time Olympian and then you decide to downgrade to being a housewife, where really this show is not about empowerment for real. It's really just about drama and cattiness. Yeah. So I just found it weird. Like, even with Kenya being a USA person and winning that, then you come and you decide to be a housewife. That just makes me look at you differently. Yeah. Like, it just kind of ruins your image a little bit. So I don't really get that whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think they do it for the money. I think
there's other ways to make money and still keep your thing intact. Like, hey, but now you're here gossiping with Sheree, who is known for gossiping and spreading rumors and stuff like that, and I thought it was very weird.
Sheree, because
she was the bone collector. What they was calling her.
She was the one who had, and if you watch it from the beginning, you won't know. She was the one who had a couple of fashion shows that went totally left.
She just had sketches up. That was She by Sheree.
Yes, remember that one where she came in? They had the sketches because the clothes were a mess.
The sketches weren't even like creme de la creme. Like, they were like some roughed up sketch on a little piece of paper. So people were like, you could have gotten a graphic designer and blown those things up beautifully.
They didn't have time because by the time they brought it, it was the day of the event. It was a
You should have just canceled the event. I have no shame. I'm going to cancel the whole damn event because y'all finna embarrass me.
So, Sheree, you should not be... See, people got to humble themselves. But she came in, she was already talking about the outfit.
And I didn't even know what the hell she was wearing. She was like wearing some wool dress. Like, she had no breathing room.
All of them, she
looked the worst.
Yeah, she
did. That was something my grandmother would wear on a date.
She did.
No shade, Grandma.
You know. But it's just, to me, it's just the shade. Like Candy talking about, Marlo is like 6'10", which she's not. Like, even LeBron is not 6'10". Okay? Even LeBron James is not 6'10". Come on, Candy.
But Candy's like 4'2".
It's just the shade. And she's like, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to wear her clothes. I mean, you could... Well, then you also cannot alter the outfit because it's her outfit that you're renting.
Yeah.
So
And also renting outfits for that much money and that are already worn and used. I'm sorry, I'm not spending that much money for thrifted clothes. Like, my thing is, I feel you could have made more money if you, one, possibly just didn't do the renting, but you just let people buy the clothes.
Well, also,
and maybe at maybe a lower price.
Yeah.
You probably would have had everything sold there. But people are probably looking at the clothes. They're probably wondering and second guessing. You know what I'm saying? Versus when they see it is at a lower price, they can pay for it, keep it, and use it for multiple things rather than you renting it to them for like $25,000 a day. I'm not spending that as a stylist.
She's at $2,500 a day. Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. It's like what I look like.
Yeah.
To rent it.
And then she says to Drew, Drew is like, okay, so I can rent this. She's like, well, it's only for people in the industry.
Are you still in the industry? I think Drew was an actress or something.
It was just like, okay. And then Kenya started well, I wonder where she gets all this money or whatever. and then kind of started to low-key accuse Marlo of escorting. I don't know, even though she's like, well, I don't think sex is an exchange, but
maybe
she
for
probably
her
gets
company.
Money for going out on a date with someone.
But you know, men actually do that. Like, they will pay you just to talk to them through text for like hours on end. They'll pay you for that.
And then
so
also
it doesn't have to be
just
sex.
go on a date, maybe dress up and go on a date. They don't want to eat alone, whatever.
Exactly. So men do that all the time. So if she is
whatever
she's doing, whatever she's doing.
And then Candy was like, well, she dated a billionaire like 10 years ago.
And she's still keeping that money.
Keeping the money from the time. Let me tell you, people who are really wealthy billionaires, you don't get money from them. You really don't. Ain't no money that they're giving you that you're getting from them at all.
What you mean?
And the richer someone is, I mean, the less they give. They are not giving people at all. They are not. They're not giving you money. Like, seriously, when you date them, whatever they give you, I promise you they take much more from you than what they give you. And it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you hang around enough wealthy people, you know. They are as cheap as they come. Yeah.
Hot mess.
So, anyhow, you said somebody was there that you said was famous. The Claire person, she was from Fashion Bomb Daily.
Fashion Bomb Daily.
You love
her. That Instagram. They basically, what they do is, and you know, the Met Gala is tomorrow, y'all.
It is?
But yes,
okay.
But she basically, what she does is whenever she sees a celebrity who has an outfit or whatever, she literally gives all the details about who's the designer, who's the brand, where you can get it, this, that, and the third, or whatever. Okay. So she has a Fashion Bomb Daily that just basically updates you about celebrity outfits and stuff like that.
Okay.
And even if you put in a request, she'll, answer it or whatever. So I do know her. I don't know her personally or whatever, but I do know, she is somebody who's well known. Yeah. I did not know any of the other stylists. They were not any well-to-do stylists that I knew personally.
Right.
The ones that I know majorly, LaRoche.
Mm-hmm.
I know he is Zendaya's stylist.
Mm-hmm.
There is somebody else who's Megan Thee Stallion stylist. I can't remember what his name is, but he's dressed Normani and everything. Okay. But those really huge stylists, I did not see those there. The only person I saw there was Fashion Bomb Daily. Okay. So, I don't know.
And then you had Sonia and Sheree go with their caddy styles. Everybody's complaining, Marla.
Like they literally go pull Marlo away to go snitch on the other girls, but they don't snitch on themselves though.
And Kenya says that she's wondering where the money comes from, and blah 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 blah.
She never said that.
That was Sheree.
And the thing is,
lying on Kenya.
Kenya and Marlo just got close again. Yeah. So the fact that you go and burn that friendship in the fire.
Marlo tells them, this is what she says. She says, when you go to Paris, it's quiet, okay, and they don't know anything about that. I followed what Paris does. So she goes over to them, starts confronting the women there.
At your own event.
And then starts yelling and cursing. So you were saying those events were quiet. But here you go, cursing, yelling. You walk off yelling and cursing. Like,
and then also, Marla, what the hell were you wearing at your event?
I don't know. That second
Kenya
outfit
looked better than you.
Ooh, child.
Candy even looked better than you, and she was wearing a jumpsuit too. Like,
yeah, Kenya came to slay.
Kenya came and snatched wigs. I just wish that the mini was a little higher. I thought it was a little too low, but I thought because you really should have shown that boot, honey.
It was good.
But I thought it was beautiful. Like the girls were sitting, the jewels was blinging,
her body and then really good. I'm so happy
heels,
she lost
honey.
her weight.
Yeah,
she dropped that loser who has still not signed divorce papers.
Yeah, I just want to keep her around, not because he want her, but just to make her life a living hell.
So somebody else cannot have her.
Yeah, but I just thought, girl, like, what are you wearing? She, like, that candy, that I used to love that candy as a child.
Oh, the strawberry. That was so shady.
But, I mean, then you, like, had these, like, U-shaped cutouts on your legs. It should have just been a clean cut.
That was, the whole outfit was,
it really just wore her,
odd.
and it was not really fitting. And then you came to your event 2 hours late. Are you kidding me?
And then
you show up not even fashionably late. You just show up looking a hot mess.
And then
so
she leaves right away and says she's about to go change again. So it was
and then you came in there looking like a flamingo, ready to fly. But I just didn't understand.
But that outfit was better than the second outfit.
Like, was it? I like the second outfit better than the first one. I thought it was too high up. Anyway, they were both horrible. I've never have thought that Marla was a fashion icon. I've never gotten that from her.
Well,
like at all.
She thinks that she is. And then you know something else that she does? She goes behind Drew to look at Drew's French roll in the back. You know, and then tells her, French roll? That is so like old fashioned. I was just like, that was Marlo. I was just like, these women.
They're
like,
so
this
shady.
Is why
it's
I cannot watch this show.
I'm going to be watching next week. I'm going to be here live, and I'm going to drag her with me. Because I love the show.
I can't. But next preview, we see Kenya tell Sheree that Drew and you share an assistant.
That's sharing all the business back and forth.
All your business.
Why are you reading it off like that? And they're
because I really want to, because you want to know about the whole Drew thing. You need to understand. I wrote it down.
No, I want to know about the husband because I knew Drew. Apparently,
well, we see him kind of talking down to her, and she shaking.
She was shaking and she was crying. Like I felt so bad for her.
Girl,
but for the minute I saw him, I just knew he was an asshole. Like, he just gave me those vibes. Like, he was wanting to be all up in the camera. He was being snarky with her. The vibes was
that his hairline was so tight.
And then his head is oddly shaped.
Real tight hairline with oddly shaped head. You know he ain't no good. He's not. You know it. When a man up to no good, you can see it first before... As they come to you, you just see it.
Yeah, but she had kids with him and then married him.
Oh, she has kids.
I think so. I'm not sure.
With him.
With him. But yes, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. But it is Mary.
And Amma.
And we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe, and
comment
down below.